Hi, my name is Anthony Bowles from Anthony Bowles Architecture Limited. Thanks for watching this video, which is on below ground drainage surveys. It is part of a short series outlining what initial surveys you may need to get your building project moving in the right direction. To begin with, let's just have a quick look at the overall survey set to recap. Here is the full list. I won't read through it line by line, so please just press pause if you want to take more time to go through it yourself. In this video, we will go into more detail on what to expect from your below ground drainage survey. Firstly, do you need one? If your project is purely a flat renovation, the answer is probably no. But if instead your project is an extension of some kind that requires digging new foundations into a back garden, for example, the answer is almost certainly yes. So what does the survey involve? You will need to get a quote from a drainage survey company. They will then attend your property. They will hopefully locate a manhole either in a front or back garden and lift the lid. And then they will do a CCTV survey of all the relevant drains. To do this, they will have a long reel of rigid fibre optic cable with a camera on the end, and they will feed this into your drains, starting at the manhole, to receive and record live video footage of the inside of the various pipes. This means that they can get a really good handle on several things. Right away, they will be able to see the condition of the drains and assess them. Are they blocked or partially flooded? Are they intact, or can cracks or breaks be identified on the video? Any repair works required can then be considered as part of your forthcoming proposals. Secondly, the end of the cable also has a little locator on it, so they can measure distance and depth. With this, they will be able to accurately map your drains. Let's take a look at an extract from a typical report so that you can get an idea of what the information you receive would look like. So, here is an overall plan of drain positions. This one is for a typical terraced townhouse. The blue shape is the footprint of the building. The back garden is to the left of the drawing. The front garden and the road are to the right of the drawing. The green rectangles are manhole locations or rotting eyes, and the green line is the main drain connecting them, with the direction of flow shown by green arrows. As you can see, in this case, what this survey shows is that waste is flowing from the back garden to the front, tracking underneath the building. The red lines show the routes of other foul drainage as it heads towards the manholes, and the purple markings relate to measurements and key still images captured off the film footage so that it can be represented in the report. This next image shows the details for one particular drain. For example, it shows the physical makeup of the drain, as well as relative heights along its route, along with noteworthy specifics at certain points, whether there is damage or a junction, for instance. This third image shows stills taken from the CCTV footage of the inside of one of the drains. This provides a visual record of the noteworthy items that were mentioned in the previous image. It's not the most exciting stuff to look at, but it is very important to understanding the state of things in the ground below your property. Okay, so the usefulness of this information in relation to a project such as a rear garden extension really can't be overstated. Once ABA receives the drainage information, we would overlay it onto your measured survey drawings, and from then we will be able to design your project with a reliable understanding of what the drainage implications might be. And it's important to note that these implications may impact more properties than yours alone. For example, one key issue is ownership. As the property owner, you only actually own a drain as long as it serves just your property and nobody else's. Let's take a look at a quick sketch to show how this works in practice. So this drawing shows 3 terraced houses with rear gardens. In each rear garden is a manhole. Your property is in the middle, and the black line shows the drain running from your property down to the manhole in your garden. As you can see, the manholes are all connected, and this blue line connecting them is called a lateral drain. This lateral drain receives waste from all the properties and takes it away to a main drain somewhere presumably at the end of the terrace. You only own the part of the drain that solely serves your property. So in this example, you only own the black line. You do not own the manhole or the lateral drain in blue, even though they are in or run through your garden. These shared elements are owned by the utility company. So in London, that would be Thames Water, for example. And you can't modify these elements without their permission. And this brings us to our next point. Build over agreements. These are different from one utility company to another, but in principle, this is a permission process you need to go through, separate to planning or building control or anything like that, in order to modify or move or build near a drain element that is owned by the utility company. Typically, there will be a charge for this process. There will also be a time implication. There may be design implications too, such as foundation requirements to ensure any additional weight over or near an existing pipe does not do damage in the long term. You may also need to reposition and install a new manhole, and in some unfortunate cases, you may not be able to build exactly what you want, or build at all, although this last situation would be less typical. There can also be a bit of a catch-22 in terms of timings, but typically ABA would suggest going in for planning permission first, assuming it's needed, and beginning the build-over agreement process in the event that your proposals are granted planning permission. Finally, your below-ground drainage survey will also be invaluable for coordinating and refining your proposals so that you have a well-designed system moving forward. Okay, that covers it. So, in summary, for projects where drainage is likely to be relevant, getting a good survey done early on is vital. It's not the most exciting part of a design project, but drainage can have a really significant impact on what you can and can't build. So it's best to get this information collated as early as possible. The next installment in this video series will discuss what you might learn from reviewing your property ownership documents. In the meantime, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to contact me. I will put my email address at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.